Yeah, hi. Today we are going to see a very important chapter with respect to the polity and governance. And that chapter is your identity. It's my identity in India. That is, it's about the citizenship. Imagine, let me take you with the help of the time machine to those midnights of August 1947 when India was getting the independence. Now just imagine कि at that particular stroke of midnight hour, what were the criteria which would define you whether you are a citizen or not? Because at that particular time, we didn't have any kind of constitution in existence. Because as all of you know, the Constitution of India it came on existence on 26th of January 1950. So at that particular time, the people they were not having Aadhaar, the people they were not having any passport, not any NRC, no centralized database and all. Okay, and we have seen, you might have seen in various movies like Gadar and all, or the Kushwant Singh's book like Partitions, that there was a huge influx of migrant in India. Large number of people they were coming from Lahore, from Karachi to India, settling down in Punjab, in Amritsar, and vice versa. The people from Delhi, they were moving to Pakistan, went to Karachi, went to Islamabad, etc. Some went, and many people they came to India as well. So now the biggest constitutional question at that particular time of influx was, who is actually an Indian? So we didn't want to reduce the conclusion on the basis of any emotion, any culture, or any geography, but we wanted to define it with a legal constitutional premise. Most countries across the world they have not provided this citizenship section in their constitution. But India wanted to provide basic foundational principles in its constitution, and that's why we have brought in the part 2 of Indian constitution ranging from article 5 to article 11, wherein we are reflecting the basic premises with respect to defining the citizenship in India. Now, we are going to see all the different fragments which we see with respect to defining the citizenship ranging from article 5 to article 11 of Indian constitution. Okay, and thereafter from article 11 you can see the future parliament had been entrusted with the power to decide what could be the various elements with respect to defining the citizenship. Okay, so when we talk about the citizenship of India, we must remember the citizenship in India was not decided by any kind of paperwork. Rather, it was decided by the syncretic mixture of various events which took place during the time of partition, during the time of independence. And that's why the citizenship chapter is very important for a modern history as well as for the polity and governance. Now, when we talk about the fragment, that is article number 5, it says a person is a citizen of India if that person might be born in India or if his or her parents might have born in India. And at the same time, if he might be residing in India from last 5 years. At the same time, he or she needs to have the domicile in India. Now, the question might be lingering in your mind, ki what is domicile? Domicile means long permanent residency in India, not any short-term residency. But that long-term residency in India with the permanent intention to live in India, that must be in your mind. Only then you would be granted domicile certificate in India. So just let me give you some illustration. If a British officer who is living in Delhi at that particular time, like you might have seen in Mukherjee Nagar and nearby area, there was large camp of Britishers. So if they are living in India from last 20 years, they won't automatically become the citizen of India. But the refugees who intend to come to India and to settle permanently, they would be having the parameters to satisfy the condition of citizenship in India. So India chose belonging for defining the citizenship, rather the race as a criteria. The second important fragment dimension is Article 6, which talks about defining the citizenship for the migrants who are coming from Pakistan. Here the real drama begins. The people coming from Pakistan, they were divided into two groups. Those people who came in India before 19th of July 1948. The Constitution of India says by Article 6 they would be getting automatic citizenship. But there are certain sections who came after 19th of July 1948. So for those people, the government of India had created a permit system. Now, why so? In your mind, this question might be lingering. Why we do have a permit system for those people? Because we wanted to create some kind of controlled immigration regime in India. Otherwise, it might have happened that constant influx would have eroded the overall economic stability of the country, like what had happened in between 1966 to 1971, when from East Pakistan or Bangladesh, large influx of people coming to India, they were degrading the economic stability of the country. So we wanted to create some kind of watershed date, and that was the 19th of July. So those people who came before 19th of July 1948, they were automatically being given the citizenship, but after that, they want to follow that strict permit system. So India legally distinguished that refugee is not automatically becoming the immigrant. They need to follow certain specific criteria. And this conceptual point you must remember if you want to refine your concept with respect to citizenship. Then we have Article 7. Now in this particular part 2 of Indian Constitution, this is one of the most controversial article. Okay. Now what it talks about. If a person went to Pakistan after 1st of March 1947, he was not a citizen of India, even if he was born in Delhi, unless if he came back with a resettlement permit in India. Now what does it mean? That India punished political choice, but it allowed the human entry or the empathetic entry into India. So this article decided lakhs of lives, it defined citizenship with respect to large number of citizens, and the UPSC have repeatedly asked this differentiation between Article 6 and Article 7. Article 8, it talks about the Indians who were living abroad. So we said that we would be defining it as a person of Indian origin who are living abroad. They could register at Indian embassy, they can become the citizen. So India already had concept of overseas Indians in 1950 itself. So OCA is not a new idea. It has its genesis from 1950 50 itself. Okay. Thereafter, Article 9, it says, कि foreign cities, if you are taking the foreign citizenship, your citizenship would get lost. Okay. So it's not like dual citizenship in India, unlike USA. USA might be having dual citizenship, but in India, we have single citizenship. Article 10, it talks about the various parameters with respect to the continuance of citizenship. And the foremost thing, that we have provided the right to the parliament to make statutory law with respect to bringing subsequent changes with respect to defining the citizenship, like what we have seen in 2014, 2019, with respect to the parliament coming out with the criteria that the persecuted minorities from Pakistan or the immediate neighborhoods of India, they can come to India. Okay. So you need to remember that post-independence inception, the constitution had stopped or had partially stopped, the better word would be partially stopped, deciding the citizenship. Rather, the constitution plus the law made by the parliament, they started deciding and defining citizenship. Okay, so we have seen this particular evolution of constitutional historical citizenship to legal citizenship in India. Okay, so that you need to remember, because citizenship cases, citizenship based questions used to come large number of time in the UPSC examination. Okay, so we would be coming with large more dimensions and all. Till then, enjoy the journey. Thank you so much.